Hello, Emmanuel members and friends. This is our second video devotional for our stewardship emphasis in November. Our first video was about our word faithful, how we can be faithful stewards of what God has given us, even during uncertain times. And this second week, we're looking at the word hopeful, how we can live in hope. Our son this month is going to turn 6 months old, our youngest son, Luke. And before the age of 8 months, babies don't have this thing called object permanence. Object permanence is where an adult or a sibling holds up an object, say a ball or a toy, and the child sees that object, but as soon as it's hidden, maybe behind the back or just taken away, they don't realize where it's at anymore. They don't have that sort of developed mind to understand it. It's just behind your back. And so at about the age of 8 months, they gain that object permanence. They'll go and look for the object that you've hidden at that point. Previously, before that, they just assume that it's gone and not in their mind anymore. Sometimes I think that that's a good image for us, even as adults. The things that I don't see in front of me, it's hard for me to trust in. I want to hold things. I want to control them. And when it's not in my control, that's when I begin to struggle to let God have control. And as we think about our word hopeful, that implies a similar message as last week's. Hopeful means that we're not in control, that we have to put our hope and trust in someone else. In the verses from Romans 8 that I want to share with you this morning, this is what Paul is describing to the church in Rome. Romans 8 is this masterful text about creation, how the promises that we have in Jesus are not just for us, but all of creation. And Paul uses the image of a mother about to give birth, that creation is groaning inwardly, just waiting that new birth in Jesus, the restoration that this world will experience when he comes again. And Paul talks about this hope and how we are to wait for that hope, eagerly, he says. In Romans 8:24, he writes, "For in hope we have been saved, but hope that is seen is not hope." Meaning if we see it and we can understand and we control it, then we're not really hoping for something, it's there, we have it. But we don't have that restoration yet, he's saying. It's something that we hope for. He continues, "But if we hope for what we do not see, with perseverance, we wait eagerly for it." Meaning that the hope that we have in Jesus is sometimes is difficult for us to see. Like object permanence, sometimes circumstances in our life make it seem like it can't be there. It's hidden from us. And we struggle to wrestle, why are we experiencing this healing and hope that we know we will have in Jesus, but yet our world's circumstances make it seem like they can't be true. But connecting this idea of stewardship, Paul says, as we wait in hope, we wait for it eagerly. And I don't know about you, but eagerly to me means anticipation. It means you're looking forward to it. You're seeking it out. When Jesus comes onto the stage and talks about the kingdom of God, he says the kingdom of God is here. It's with us now. Now there's the hope of the full restoration that Jesus' kingdom will bring, but in our midst, God is at work. Jesus is still working to restore this world, and that's the mission of the church oftentimes. So I think that idea of eagerness is a good message for stewardship as well. How can we eagerly live into Jesus' kingdom mission and hope? How can we serve eagerly? How can we fellowship and grow in faith, hope, and love eagerly together? It's that spiritual hunger. We've been talking a lot about that in our Bible study, just this hunger for God's word, this hunger for the gospel message that is transforming. Even when present circumstances seem like it can't be true. I'm struggling to understand. But yet we don't hope for what we can see and what we can control, but we hope in the one that has promised us those things. And so as we continue talking about our second word, again, I invite you to think how you can eagerly be hopeful stewards of what God has given you in your time, talents, and treasure. How are we using those? How are we seeing those as potential gifts that can given to others? Money, time, and treasure and talents. All these different ways that we can eagerly expect that God is at work within us and in our world, just awaiting the restoration that we know Jesus will bring. So as we continue this theme on Sunday, just continue reflecting on that idea. Reflect on how the Spirit is working in all of us to produce faith, hope, and love. Have a blessed week. Amen.